The fact that his son Nico just tragically lost his life after a battle with cancer, and instead of him coming out doing a dedication post to say, oh my gosh, I'm devastated, even though we were estranged, I'll always miss him, I'll always love him. Instead, he condemns the mother of his child, talking about the fact that may God have mercy on her soul because he refused treatment when I was offering him the top oncologist.
So Brian McKnight has finally responded to the news about his son dying and how we've been dragging him literally on the internet. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So a couple of days ago, I think 2 days ago, I posted a video about Brian McKnight's son, Nikos McKnight, dying from cancer, and it was announced by his uncle, Brian McKnight's brother. And people were talking about how Brian McKnight himself did not announce his son's death, but we also talked about the relationship, the estranged relationship between Brian McKnight and his older children, or will I say his older black children. And this tracked the entire conversation where people were dragging him, calling him out and all that. And now Brian McKnight definitely has heard us and he decided to respond. But even at his response is so distasteful, where he's literally calling out the mother of his children, the mama bear, calling out his brother for seeking clout for announcing Nico's death, even though it seems like he himself was not never going to address the death of his own son. But anyway, guys, I need you guys to check out Brian McKnight's response to his son's death, and then we'll come back and talk more, and also people's response to it. You guys let me know what you think down in the comment section.
Big thanks to Claude McKnight's tasteless and self-aggrandizing announcement on TikTok that frankly was not his to make. In my opinion, he inserted himself and used Nico's death as an opportunity instead of letting him pass with respect and dignity. It has instead turned into a circus, a mockery of a life now lost, making this tragedy into a reality show type drama. While that was unfolding, my family and I flew home to Maui and had a private memorial remembering him and all the good times. The last time he and I spoke, we offered him all the help we could provide. We had the #1 oncologist on deck for him and a team of specialists on standby with private care in our home. He and his mother declined. The door of communication was open and remained open until his death. To the self-proclaimed mama bear, may God have mercy on your soul for not allowing him to accept that help and not allowing him to use that line of communication. There is great comfort in knowing God knows the truth and the totality of the whole story. I am truly thankful for the immense peace God has given me, and I've left everything in his hands. I have a clear conscience. The only judgment that matters is God's. My wife, our children, and I are eternally thankful to Almighty God that the suffering has come to an end and grateful for all of your condolences. Thanks to those of you who have known the truth from the beginning and haven't let untruths, half-truths, or slander prejudice your opinion.
Oh no.
Brian McKnight, what are you doing? Like, I don't understand. No, I don't know everything that's going on, so I'm only going to give my opinion because I felt like it. Your kids are your kids. All of them, not just some of them. All of the ones you decided to bring into this world. They did not ask to be here. Okay? All of them should be treated equally. Okay? Things happen, but at the end of the day, you couldn't have enough heart to be there for your son in his final moments. That is not okay. Like, you have no heart. I mean, what do y'all think? Because let me know in the comments. I'm sickened by this. Baby, RIP to you. You are with the best of the best now.
Brian McKnight is the prime example of complete. Ain't no in here you ain't been there to support your son while he is battling, losing his life, and then your son loses his life at 32 years young, and you don't give about him. And then there's women that will give you other kids, and they deal with you. Those type of people are the problems too. The women who sit right there and watch a man not take care of all his other kids, but your bitch ass happy as long as you got him taking care of the ones he made with you. So basically, you ain't doing nothing but aiding a deadbeat. And now you a part of the circle too, because you want him in your life playing father to half of his kids, but the rest of them he don't give a about. Even when they losing their life. It don't be about no money. It's way deeper than that. Y'all are some pathetic ass people.
And to Brian McKnight, everything you think about gonna fail. No, for real, because you got your narcissistic, self-centered, inconsiderate acts on that made a statement. First of all, being condescending and trying to be funny about your brother like he said something wrong about you or the family, and he did not. He could have come on there and told the real. You act like we all weren't there and haven't been there when you've been very disrespectful to your children, your elder children. I can't wait to Miko up and leave your ass. You and that self-made family that you got. You so disrespectful and so uncouth and unhinged. You funny looking. I can't wait for that wife of yours to give you one last cry. You hear me? Because you praise the ground they walk on and talking about until the self-proclaimed mama bear. They mama supposed to be a mama bear because you a rotten piece of That's what you are. And that's what you apparently have always been. You going to sit up there and say you offer him the best, one of the best oncologists in the world. At what extent?
In your house.
On what conditions, what terms? Because I doubt if that boy would have denied potentially saving his life if he thought he had a chance to do so, if you genuinely offered that. You are a piece of And they're going to get on here and say how your brother was, I guess, trying to be funny. No, you just don't want that man to bring it out. You wanted that baby to pass away and nobody be notified about it because you wouldn't have said a word. You got upset when your brother notified the world that his nephew had passed away, while at the same time not even being shady to you or speaking down on you, but you still find a way to try to discredit and talk down on him. Please, you're very delusional. And I'd be glad, I hope you don't make another dime from nothing.
Now I completely understand why Brian McKnight's older children have come out completely speaking ill of him, because the fact that his son Nico just tragically lost his life after a battle with cancer, and instead of him coming out doing a dedication post to say, oh my gosh, I'm devastated, even though we were estranged, you know, I'll always miss him, I'll always love him, and I wish things were different, let this be a cautionary tale that life is short, and that, you know, we had beautiful memories growing up where I remember this, that, and the third. Instead, he condemns the mother of his child, talking about the fact that may God have mercy on her soul because he refused treatment when I was offering him the top oncologist. Me and my current wife were offering him treatment in our home and he declined it. So may God have mercy on her soul and I sleep well because I know the truth. Didn't say a single thing about his son. Didn't say he was a beautiful boy. Didn't say I love him. Didn't say anything that made sense. Instead, he used the situation to vindicate his character, to say thank you guys who didn't have prejudice. Thank you guys who know me and know the truth behind closed doors. What about your son? What about your son? That's some sick, nasty work, bro. Like, we don't know these people, but you come out and you make a public post, so do you think people are not going to comment on it? And mind you, his older children, he has denied them. He had a younger son, and he came out and he was like, my first son, as if he did not have older sons. All of it is just very disappointing. It's so sad. And it just lets you know, like, F the music. You can really, like, you should never idolize anybody but God. You should never idolize anybody but God, because you'll be idolizing these people, words to Diddy and R. Kelly, just based off their talent. And yeah, they're really, like, no character. All talent, no character. It makes no sense. Let me know if y'all know what I'm talking about. Save this video if you don't. Go look into it. Come back, share your thoughts. It's just so disappointing. But whatever else comes out, which I really hope nothing does, may his son rest in eternal peace. But whatever else comes out, I'll be back. So make sure you like, follow, stay for some more tea. But it is so devastating. Like, who would have thought somebody with such a nice, soft voice would be such a terrible person?
That's scary.
Just make a whole post about your son and say nothing good about your son. Talking about he declined treatment so I sleep well at night. You shouldn't sleep well because your son just passed. No sense.
I don't care what kind of beef you and I have, but if you're in your last final days, now this is just me. I know everybody is different. Now this is just me. I don't care what kind of beef you and I may have. I will find a way to put that to the side and be with you these final days, because you just never know when this may be your last day on earth. Of course, you all know that Brian McKnight is trending because he just lost his son Nico due to cancer. He just passed away around the age of 32. I'm actually disgusted on Brian's actions when it comes to his son's last days on earth, because even though them being estranged from each other, and I'm just deeply saddened that when Nico was in his last final days before he passed, that he attempted to reach out to his dad, Brian McKnight, to maybe, I don't know, maybe to like to hash things out or maybe show some type of love for each other. And Brian McKnight wasn't having it. It's like he just didn't give a damn about his son. Brian McKnight never claimed none of his biological kids because he felt like that they were not made from love. They were made out of sin, and he considered that as evil. And I don't think that's right. After seeing many posts where people was talking about that, I think that maybe he should at least reach out to Nico. Now, I know it's three sides to this story. You know, you have Brian McKnight's story, then you have Nico's side of the story, then you also have the truth, which is right down the middle, and there are some truth with that. But in my opinion, Brian McKnight should at least could have been there with his son, no matter how estranged they are with each other. And I don't know if maybe one of these days he would find it in his heart to have a better relationship with his other kids, even though how things went on while they was even though he did not raise them. But I do feel like he should at least have a better relationship with his other kids now that Nico is no longer here. For Nico to actually have a big heart, for him to actually reach out to his dad to see if he still have see if he still love him or whatever, since he doesn't have long before he passed. That speaks highly of him, because a lot of people that went through any type of trauma, any type of beef or whatever, especially when it comes to family members, a lot of people don't want to come together and discuss it or try to forgive each other, whatever. But Nico had a really big heart in trying to reach out to his dad. It's just the fact that Brian McKnight just don't even give a damn about that. And all I know is that you're going to reap what you sow. So no matter how his other kids got here, I know a lot of people say you're not supposed to judge, but based off what we seen, what was posted on the internet, Brian McKnight should at least could have, reach out to his son and maybe come together with him and find it in his heart to forgive him or apologize to him or whatever the other issues that was going on with them being estranged from each other. Even though he did say he did pay child support for all his kids all these years, and like I said, there's three sides to every story. We don't really know the full story, so we really is going by what we see on the internet. So yeah, Brian McKnight is going to reap what he sowed. I know we're not supposed to judge, but I just have to say that because I'm highly disgusted on his actions on that. Especially when someone's in their last days, you should at least put your issues aside and be with that person. So, but that's all I got to say on that. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think that Brian McKnight should at least reach out to his son? Or do you feel like that maybe, it is what it is? So, and also, do you think that the person that's closest to you, no matter what type of trauma they put you through, do you think you should put it to the side and be with them? Which I know everyone is probably going to say no, because a lot of people do hold grudges, and that's totally fine. That's on you. So what do you guys think? Just let me know. Do you think that Brian McKnight should just swallow his pride and be with his son? And do you think that no matter what issues you have within the persons in your family, should you at least be with them during their last days or not? So it depends. So but let me know in the comment section. I'm actually interested.
Okay, so I'm going to answer a question during this video. But yeah, I also want to know you guys' take on this. So leave it down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. You're on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a very respectful way. Okay, so we don't tussle here. We're just here to have conversation. For me, this entire story is really heartbreaking and sad. The fact that Brian McKnight decided to release a statement, and the statement he's releasing, he has nothing to do with dedication of his son or even to acknowledge his son. Rather, is to call out the haters, his brother, the mama bear, and even the children even more. And if you look into his own statement that he gave, he was talking about how they provided help, which is him and his new wife. They provided help in their home. A child that you've not had no contact with, a child that you publicly said that they are from sin, they are evil. Now he's dying and now you're offering help in your home, and you think that that child or the mother of that child will want to accept that help. I just feel like I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose anybody, but he's giving the narcissist vibe here. Like he wants everything to be on his own terms and condition. If he's going to give you help, he's going to do it on his own terms and condition. If he's going to be your father, he wants to be your father with his own terms and condition. And if you don't align with those terms and condition, that is where he cuts you off. And this seriously reminds me of personally about my own father. I've talked about it openly here about how I'm in no contact with him. But even at that, when it comes to someone losing their life, especially the way Nikos lost his life, where it was something that was foreseen, something that was known, they saw the health literally declining, and yet he made no effort to amend things with his son, a child that he chose to bring here, a child that did not ask to be here. You brought that child here, and no matter whatever transpired between both of you, even the child decided to reach out to you. Like all he wanted was his father to say, you know what, I love you, and let's just put things aside. Let's let bygones be bygones. But you refused, talking about how your brother was just trying to seek attention and know that, because you will not even acknowledge that your son even died. If not for your brother that decided to post it on TikTok, nobody even knew about that your son died, because you were not. And you decided to come and release a statement. I'm talking about Brian McKnight right now, because I'm really pissed about this entire situation. He decided to release a statement, and the statement was literally throwing shade at everybody and people that know the truth. What truth? The truth we know is what you come online to tell us. The truth we know are some of the little things your children have come to drop out there. That's the truth we know. So, and I saw the first video I did, somebody was talking about including the wife. For me, I like when I see women that stay with men like this, that don't check them, for me, I'm just like, your turn will come. If you think now he's on your side and all that, the day you decide to go against him, he's going to do you the same way he's doing. This is his own blood that he's doing this way. Then you think it's those your children you had with from your first marriage, and that one son that he changed his name. You're going to collect your own. And for me, it just shows the type of person that she is. I don't really like bringing the women into the conversation, but I just feel like at this point, they're all into it, because this was a life that was lost. So a life, you people have the resources to render help, but the help was in terms and condition that it has to be in your house, because he said it himself. So you could not say, you know what, you and your son, you both have your own issues. Go, he's dying, do as much as you can to help him, do whatever. It does not have to come with any terms and conditions. Just do it. Even for an outsider that is not even your blood. If you can help, why won't you help? At this point, like and this is why I feel like when it comes to the artistry and who they are in their personal life, we really need to start evaluating them and really separating them, because this is a disgusting behavior for us to even sweep around the corner. I know he has amazing hits that some of us will continue listening and he will still get paid from it. But at this point, I'm just like, Brian McKnight, you will get this life that you deserve. Like, honestly, as you deserve. I'm not the type that wish bad on anybody, but the bed you lay, you're definitely going to sleep upon it. But I also feel like this becomes like a wake-up call for him to amend things with his children. But clearly, the way he's talking, it doesn't seem that way. But I just feel like this just becomes a wake-up call, and he tried to amend things with his family, his children, and stop acting like everybody has to be under his thumb. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this video down in the comment section. Share your thoughts, okay? Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversations. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.